Hello, good evening, and welcome to Spotlight. You're watching MX24 television, and my name is Nwong Falong. We have come a long way from the days when a wedding was a simple affair, where the bride wears a simple dress, shows up, has a very conservative event. These days, weddings are a whole societal event, very lavish and celebratory, and you find brides changing different ways, looking very beautiful and flamboyant. This evening, we are discussing the modern Ghanaian wedding, the ways in which it has changed, and the industry surrounding it. It's a whole big industry now where Ghanaian weddings are concerned, and I'm going to be speaking with well-known players of that industry. We're going to speak with Benjamin Tete, who's an MC. He's nicknamed MC360. I want to understand why he's called MC360. I'm sure he'll explain soon when he joins us. There's also Abuna Boatema Dufour, who's a creative director and milliner at Hatbox School. I'm sure if you're interested in these fashionable accessories, you've heard of Hatbox School. They're an award-winning, unique and innovative millinery company. She will tell us more about her business shortly, but we also have Catherine Sechi, who is an event planner, CEO of Crystal Hayes Events, an event planner extraordinaire. In fact, I should tell you that she is great at what she does and she plans beautiful events. We're going to be speaking to them shortly, but first we'll take a quick break. We'll come back to Spotlight.
March is here, and on MX24, it's GH Month. As part of the month-long activities to celebrate exceptional Ghanaian products and services, we're organizing a 2-day pop-up shop and sales exhibition, the Ghana Independence Fair, happening on the 26th and 27th of March 2022 at MX24, Silicon Square, Boundary Road, East Legon. It'll be 2 days of sales exhibitions, workshops, pitch sessions, a food fair, and open-air concert. Get your stand now. Exhibit and benefit from a month-long exclusive promotional package for Ghanaian-owned businesses. Visit mx24online.com to register your business now. You can also call 055 0500 555 or 024 235 5956. The Ghana Independence Fair on the 26th and 27th of March. Buy Ghana to grow Ghana. If you're into content production for digital or TV, say hello to the MX24 Studios. We're the prime location for your music video shoots, live productions, TV shows, and more. From state-of-the-art equipment to a very skilled production team, we've got you covered. Step into our modern and spacious studio with a changeable lighting system and foolproof sound. Our touchscreen studio projection monitors come with other features, including Wi-Fi connection, screen mirroring, and a remote workspace mode. Take advantage of our high-quality cameras to shoot in 4K and a variety of the best lighting equipment guaranteed to put life into your sets. Locate us on the first floor of the Silicon House building off the Boundary Road, East Legon. Give us a call on 024 235 5956 or 054 454 8612. You can also email us at info@mx24gh.com.
No topic is off limits. The pain of experiencing a miscarriage is something that can crumple your world. We're talking postpartum bodies and everything in between. And they share their story on their battle with infertility. The touching stories of the African woman rolls before you.
I was disappointed in God, in life, in myself.
How many losses have you had?
After that, we had 4 more.
What?
I shouted, I said,
We lost vision, we lost any sound beyond crying.
Our mistakes, advices, regrets, real stories, and more on We Got This Africa. Na Ashako and her intriguing panel serve you real experiences of the African woman. We got this Africa.
We got this.
Modern Ghanaian wedding. Let me come in studio where we have Abuna Boatimadufor, creative director and millionaire at Hatbox Co. Hello, Abuna.
Hi, Noah. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
Very
Today,
well.
I've been looking at your hats like, hey, how does this woman make this? Looks very intricate.
Mm-hmm.
You must have a special eye. How do you do it?
I find inspiration all around me. That's how I'll say it. A lot of things inspire me from when the client...
So, while you're looking at me now, you're looking at inspiration.
Oh, yes.
Something is weaving in your mind.
Yes. Oh, yes. What you're wearing, the colors you're wearing,
I see.
how to put something together for your hair.
Hey.
I mean, if you were wearing this to an event, I really love it, by the way.
Thank you.
I would pick the colors in there. I wouldn't pick all the colors. Because when we're looking at you, we need to look at you in one complete, element.
Hey.
Yes. So that's how I translate.
At what point in your career did you wake up and realize that, okay, now I am a part of the Ghanaian wedding industry?
I think I'm still sleeping.
Oh, right.
I think I'm still sleeping. It's the clients. Every weekend there's a wedding. There's a wedding every week. Oh, yes.
There's not just a wedding, there are weddings.
There are weddings, yes.
Yeah.
So you need to move from one wedding to the other. So
you have to be there when you style a client?
Not necessarily. If the client does request for that service, sure, why not? But as you're saying, there's a wedding every weekend. So every weekend you realize that, whatever wedding is going on, there's at least one Hatbox piece at that wedding. Then I know that my job is done. So
when you say piece, what pieces?
Be it a fascinator, be it for the bride, be it a hat for the mother of the bride.
Those are usually the huge hats.
Oh yes. You see,
some people go all out.
Yes, the mothers. Whenever I meet the clients, usually they come with their moms. I tell them that before we start this consultation, know that the wedding is not your wedding. It's your mom's wedding. So allow her to, be herself. Let her enjoy her. And the mothers, all the mothers that I've met, I've really enjoyed my time with them. They really go all out for their daughters. There's so much love, so much dedication to just that one day. You realize that the day means a lot to them. We may see it as just one day, but then it's like all the years compounded into one, put together in one.
They're looking at so many things over the years.
Over the years,
I think it's more emotional for them than brides.
It is very emotional. It is very emotional.
You remember the first piece you made?
I do.
How many years ago?
That was, let's say, about 10 years ago.
It's been a while.
It has. And I always say that...
You're not new at all.
No, I'm not a newbie. I'm not a newbie.
Wow.
I'm not a newbie. I remember that piece so well because I always compare it. It just shows you where you're coming from and tells you where you're going. Because when I see that first piece, I'm in shock. I'm like, oh my God, and somebody actually paid for this? Yes.
You look at it first, because you've learned so much now.
Yes.
You've perfected your craft.
Yes, and I'm still learning.
Yeah.
Yes.
Learning every day. Wow, that's interesting. So you're watching Spotlight on MX24 television. We're discussing the modern Ghanaian wedding, and we're looking at the many different ways in which Ghanaian weddings have changed and the kind of fashion that goes on there. Before we went on the break, I was saying we're speaking with Benjamin Tete. He's nicknamed MC360, so you probably know him as MC360. Also, Abena Dufo, who I'm just speaking with, from Hatbox School, and Catherine Sechi, who's an event planner. Let me just check if Catherine has joined us. Hello, Catherine. Catherine, can you unmute if you can hear me?
Hello?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly now. I don't know
Okay.
if you've been following my conversation with
Nice.
Abuna. We're just looking at where she started from, how far she's come. Where did you start from? What was the first event that you catered to?
Okay, so where I start from is actually a very interesting story. So, I wanted to have a party for my baby girl. She was 2 years. And I thought to myself, okay, so um, going out there and then sourcing for vendors and all that, why don't I just sit down and then put something together and then do this party for my little girl? It should have my own touch. It should have something unique to me. So I sat down, I started putting things, pulling up things, going on Instagram. It was my first resource place. Went on
Okay.
Instagram and then pulled up a few vendors where I could get my rental stuff and all other things from. So the day came, I pulled it off with the help of my mother, of course, some balloons, some chairs, and it went so well. It nearly appeared like I actually contracted a party vendor to
Okay.
organize this. After I sat back and I was like, okay, so why don't we actually do this on a full-time basis? So it actually didn't start as wedding planning. It started as a party planning for my little girl. So that's how
Wow.
the whole thing started.
And then from there, you went on and on and on. Okay, let me just go to
Yes, yes.
MC360. Let me pull him into the conversation. I'm coming back to you in a moment. Hello, Benjamin. Benjamin, if you can hear me, unmute yourself, please.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
I can
there
hear
we
you
go.
now.
Yes. Benjamin, where did you start from? How did you even get that name, MC360? Where is it from?
Okay, so I started with the name Bendanji, okay? And with the name Bendanji, I realized that why Bendanji? Would it be appreciated by the masses if they should find a way of getting to me? So
Okay.
I found my brand to be like somebody who was versatile and also could do everything when it comes to MCM. So we could do the event parties, the corporate, with the exception of funerals, And
You
so I
don't do
just said, okay,
funerals?
why do you know what?
Why?
I don't do
Why not?
funerals.
Is it not an event?
Oh, because it is. But let me know, let me not just separate anything, but let me stick to the point that I don't do event. But if it happens to be something transitional, that is
Okay.
okay. But then
Okay.
you know the kind of funeral that we have in our setting, and
Yeah.
that Amani thing, I don't know how to do it. So I just said, let me not worry myself with
Okay.
that, but
Okay.
then stick with my strength and do that.
You're running
Yeah.
away from
So
the complexity.
I know, yeah. So I said, okay, why don't I name myself 360? Somebody who could
Okay.
do everything event, with the exception of funeral. Yeah.
Great. I'm going to come back to Abena. I'll be engaging you
Okay.
again shortly. Abena, when you look at the Ghanaian wedding industry, has it changed in any way in the last 10 years? I mean, you started 10 years ago. Has there been any changes that you've observed
Oh,
in these
yes.
10 years?
The wedding industry has changed drastically. It's really evolved. It's, yes, the very fundamental issue of people meeting, gathering, making merry, having fun. But now it's more of there's a lot of splendor, there's a lot of pomp, there's a lot of, it's an actual show, it's a production.
It's a production,
Yes,
wedding
weddings these,
production.
yes, it's a production. So yes, weddings have really changed within the last 10
Is
years.
it a good thing, the change in these?
Well, I think in anything human related, change, there's positive and there's negatives. So it depends on what angle that you are looking at it from. Yes, there's been, I mean, it showcases a lot of work these days. You see a lot of vendors, a lot of people.
More work for the vendors.
Yes, more work for the vendors. And I feel that personally, over the last 10 years, I've realized that it's more, weddings have become more, the production has become more homegrown. So you find...
When you say homegrown, what does that mean?
I feel the vendors are wholly Ghanaian-owned businesses running the show.
Okay, yeah. That's a good thing. So more Ghanaian people are in there.
Yes.
Being heard and felt. But you know, I was mentioning to you earlier, sometimes I watch these wedding productions and I see someone importing other people. Is this a good thing, or, you know, does it hurt the local industry in any way?
Importing, I feel, it does hurt the local industry in a certain way. But I feel importing someone, it's a personal preference. You've waited for this day for so long. You want everything to be perfect. There's no such thing as the perfect day. Something will definitely...
So you pull every plug to make sure that...
make sure it's perfect.
It's perfect.
But I feel that people haven't explored enough. So that's how come they resort to importing some elements to make their day as perfect as possible.
How, are the vendors not being seen, or maybe the bride or the event planner is not looking around enough to find the local people who can do? Because sometimes I see someone bringing a makeup artist from Nigeria, which is always the easiest option. A photographer from the US. I'm thinking, when you look on Instagram, our people are doing amazing things. So why are they stepping out? Let me, respond, and then I'll bring in Catherine to also explain why.
Maybe Catherine would be able to explain this better. Yes, I think we should let Catherine talk about that.
Catherine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I was just asking, we see a lot of importation into the industry, although a lot is happening locally. Sometimes people are bringing other talents into the event that are not Ghanaian. Do you think this hurts the industry, which she agreed it does? And why do you think it's happening?
Yes, it does hurt our industry. I agree with her perfectly. Sometimes these clients have personal relationships sometimes with the international vendors. And also they kind of like the way they work. Maybe that a lot of things go into place when it comes to choosing a vendor to actually work on your production. So these are some of the factors. Maybe there's this, let's take a photographer, for example. There's a way this photographer takes his shots that you like so much, and you have not found that on the Ghanaian market. I'm not saying that our Ghanaian photographers are not good. They are awesome. They are awesome, but sometimes it's very, very difficult to convince the client who has already made up her mind to actually import a specific kind of vendor. And, you know, the wedding is theirs, so you have to go with them.
Maybe there's something specific.
And then they are, yes, a specific kind of specialty that they bring on board that they think they cannot find on the Ghanaian industry. But if I am allowed to, you know, tell the client, or actually, you know, convince the client of using our photographers, I surely go right ahead and do that, because there's no place like home. There's no place like home.
So there's one question I wanted to ask you. You know, you said you started by planning your daughter's event, and then it became,
birthday party,
it became a whole occupation. But did you at any point have to learn to do more or better than you did when you did your daughter's event?
Yes. I actually had to attend a master class to, you know, learn the nitty-gritties when it comes to event planning and decor. I had to go for a master class. After that, I had to learn on my own. There are a lot of resources you can find online. A lot of them, a lot of literature, a lot of videos, a lot of how to do this on online. That is so amazing. So yes, I actually have a certificate for this.
Oh, wow. Were there other local event planners who were willing to teach you, give you a class, give you, you know, take you through a process?
Yes, the master class I attended, it's local. It's event master class by Think Mahogany and then Decoto.
Sure.
That's where I attended.
A long time. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Let me just check with Mr. Tete if there's any special training out there in Ghana for MCs. If I want to become an MC 360, is there anyone out there who can teach me?
Yes, there are. We have lots of individual. So we have some entities also coming together to help with public speaking. So, for instance,
Okay.
can I mention names? If you give the audience or the
Yes,
permission to
yes,
mention
please go
names. So we
ahead.
have, yeah, Kafri, Senior Man Kafri Day,
Okay, okay.
Kafri Day organizing programs for public speaking. We have other also individual MCs like Ajololo also doing the same. And for instance, myself, I am with
Do they charge?
GI. Yes, they do. But sometimes some are also free for
Just some
for
free
people who are
tips.
willing to
Okay.
also get on board. Yes. They have free ones also.
So
So
Abena,
for instance, let me use myself as an example. So I had to follow someone to also get the whole idea on how to do this whole public speaking thing before getting the whole program. Because if you don't have a fair idea about it, you doing it. Sometimes the idea is how to draw your own programs and other things, those things to chip in during programs to make it more funny, more hilarious. Yes, for people to enjoy you. Yes, all these things. Sometimes some of these crafts you need to
but don't you have to have
adapt. Sometimes
like
you need to learn.
don't you need like a natural flair for it? Because there's some little things
You
that can be
do.
taught.
So you do. So two things come to play. So we have the talent, we have the skill. Okay. So if you do have the talent, at least
Then
you
you
need
learn
to
the
build
skill.
upon it. Yes, you need to build upon it. If you have the skill to, sometimes you need to retrain. That also helps a lot. There are new things coming up. So now you see, MCs, we need to know how to dance, choreography. We need to know how to tell some jokes. We need to know how to
Hey.
chip in some. Yes, it's not easy. It's not just like those days that an MC comes to just control the whole program, has to this and this and this and this and that. No. Nowadays it becomes it's a whole different vibe. We have more people coming on board. So if you don't change the craft of it, people won't come back to you again. And you know, my planners are here. Catherine is listening, and Catherine knows that if she brings me on board and I don't make her people enjoy me, she will definitely not come back for me again.
It
That's
sounds
it.
very involving. But so
Yeah.
you have to learn from people, but at a point, do you also become a teacher? Abena, for example, do you teach
Yes.
people?
Not yet.
Why? If I look at this beautiful house and I want to learn, and you say you won't teach me. Hey,
Not that I won't teach you. I haven't gotten to that stage.
Okay,
I
you don't
haven't
think
gotten
you
to
are.
that stage yet. I think I'm just at that
on the cusp of it.
Yes. So as Benjamin was saying, yes.
Please
you
don't
do
use
need
that
to-
so I can come.
Very soon I'll let you. You're my first student. So you need to have the talent.
Okay.
Then you need to build upon your skill. You need to have passion. If
For
you
what-
have
yeah,
for
for
whatever
what you're
you're doing, if you have that passion, you'll be able to grow that aspect of you. I had to learn. I mean,
But you had the passion.
I had the passion.
You added
That is
skill.
what made me create my first piece.
Okay.
But after that first piece, after I looked at that first piece, I realized that no, I need to,
You need to improve. This is not it.
This is not it. So that's how come I decided, you know what, I need to study this. And if I need to study, I need to study from the best. So I decided when I made that decision, I had just finished my master's in Leicester University in the UK. So I sat down.
Was it related to this?
No, I did. I studied management, so I have an MSc in management. But yes, I mean, it is. Higher education is important in any field.
Yeah.
In any field. I think it just broadens your thinking, your
mind.
Yes, it broadens your mind in whatever field you find yourself in. So I looked at the opportunities that were available to me then, and I opted to go to Rose Corrie. Rose Corrie was the Queen Mother's milliner then. So I decided to enroll with her.
Okay.
And it was the best decision till date.
Let's go back to that. You went to learn from me. How much did she charge you?
It was quite it's an investment.
So, oh wow! Now we
Yes.
we see that it's a whole process. You have to invest in your craft.
Oh, yes, you do.
You have to
Yes,
invest.
you do.
So you need to
You do.
so much learning. My friends and I have been having this conversation about celebrated people in the wedding industry. And sometimes some people say they are picky about their clients. You choose your clients.
No, my clients choose me.
Okay. But when someone walks to you and says, I want a hat, you just agree, or you
Yes.
look at some things? Oh,
No,
quick.
no.
Okay.
If you come to me and you want a hat, my first question, what is the date? So if the date falls within the time that I'm able, you can't come to me today and say you want a hat tomorrow. Oh, it won't work. But no, my clients choose me.
How long? What's the turnaround?
It depends on what piece that we want to make.
Then
So
more
we have
complicated
somewhere.
it is.
It takes a long time. Between 3 days, 2 weeks. It just depends on what I'm creating, and sometimes I need to source the materials for it.
Okay.
So a lot of factors come into play for that, but my clients choose me, and I'm always honored when somebody walks my way that I want you to make a hat for me.
I'll choose you soon.
Yes, please.
Catherine, I want you to speak to the same thing.
Hello.
If people call you and say, please plan my event for me, do you check their surname before you plan the event?
No, you don't. Some clients will actually not even review themselves.
Let me tell you, what if they send you a message on Instagram? Do you go and look at the person's profile before you make a decision to do the event or not?
No, not at all. Some profiles don't even have anyone there.
Okay.
They don't have. So I don't even try to bother myself and go click and look through your pic. No. I don't have that time. So every client is treated equally. Be it whoever, whatever your surname is, you are treated equally. I sometimes don't even get to know my clients till about 3 months to the event. So yes, we'll be talking, exchanging emails and chats and all that. Sometimes I don't even get to know them until probably 3 months, or sometimes a month. They are mostly not in the country. A month they are getting into the country to have their events. That is when I actually get to put a face to the name.
Oh, okay.
So every client is, I don't do that.
But how do you decide how much you would charge for the event?
So a lot of factors come into play. The number of guests, the type of event, the date, the location of the event, all plays a part.
Okay.
So let's take between an outdoor and an indoor event. What you need outdoor might not require the same as indoor.
The logistics, okay.
So we need to know, yes. So we need to know what you need, the logistics you need for outdoor and then indoor. So all these things do come into play. The time, the timing of the event. If it's going to be during the day, you really don't need maybe a lighting. But if it's going to go
indoor,
quiet in the evening, then you need lighting. So all these things come into play that actually brings us to the budget.
Catherine,
or the
someone just sent a message
event.
asking, what's the minimum you charge? What's the minimum?
Like I said, it also depends on the type of production we are having, the type of event.
Can I do an event with 5,000 Ghana?
5,000, it depends. What event is it?
Wedding.
What events are you looking at? Wedding for 5,000.
Abda is laughing at me. Oh.
It will be quite difficult.
Oh, I see.
Abda will agree with me. It will be quite difficult.
She started laughing at me before you even started.
Because she understands the industry.
Right.
A lot of things do come into play that makes us arrive at a budget.
Okay.
Of what the client is going for.
So you need to ask further questions, decide how it's going to be, what you have to use, what time, what location. But I can come to you and sell you an idea and you advise me, right?
Yes. Okay. So we have quite a long conversation of the events what's going to happen in the event. Some people will do the traditional wedding and then the white wedding, sometimes on the same day, other times a day apart or 2 days apart. All these things, we need to have a conversation, and then we decide on the total budget of the wedding or the event. Yeah.
Right. Thank you, Catherine. I'm going to come back to you shortly. In fact, I'll go to Benjamin because I want him to chip in there. But if you've just joined us, you're watching Spotlight on MX24 television. My name is Nwong Falong. I'm speaking with some players in the Ghanaian wedding space. Benjamin Tete is an MC. He's nicknamed MC360. Also, Abuna Boatmadufo, she's creative director at Millionaire Hat Box Co. You've seen those intricate hats. She's the one who made it. The Queen's Millionaire taught her. Also, Catherine Sechi, who's an event planner and CEO at Crystal Haze Events. We're going to go for a quick break, and when we come back, Spotlight continues. You want to stand by for this conversation. We'll be right back.
March is here, and on MX24, it's GH Month. As part of the month-long activities to celebrate exceptional Ghanaian products and services, we're organizing a 2-day pop-up shop and sales exhibition, the Ghana Independence Fair, happening on the 26th and 27th of March 2022 at MX24, Silicon Square, Boundary Road, East Legon. It'll be 2 days of sales exhibitions, workshops, pitch sessions, a food fair, and open-air concert. Get your stand now. Exhibit and benefit from a month-long exclusive promotional package for Ghanaian-owned businesses. Visit mx24online.com to register your business now. You can also call 055 0500 555 or 024 235 5956. The Ghana Independence Fair on the 26th and 27th of March. Buy Ghana to grow Ghana.
MX24 television, your home for fun, fearless and factual content. We are talking about weddings in Ghana. I'm speaking with Benjamin Tete, who is MC360. That's his stage name. Benjamin.
Yeah, no.
I know you mentioned earlier that you don't do funerals, but how do how do you choose your client? How do you determine the right client? Or is everybody a client?
Okay, so basically, they are all leads, okay? But how you turn out to be a prospective one depends on your approach. And I have a team in charge of that. So we have lots of people day in, day out messaging me on my IG page, or maybe the numbers that I have already put out for clients. So per whatever submission that you make, request that you make for me, and also maybe depending on how we chat or converse with you and how our agreements are going to be, that is when we come in fully that, okay, so we're going to pick up your request and also try and make it on your day. And sometimes too, it's not just about you, it's about us too also coming in and saying that, okay, these are some of the things that we would love to see on your day. If you're able to meet our request to, maybe we come on board and also make it happen on your day for you.
So do you prepare before you go for these events?
Very important.
Do you prepare your dance steps
day,
also?
Every program or every single program and its own approach.
Okay.
Yeah. So it got to, let me say this. So it got to a time that I told a friend or a colleague of mine in the industry that I was never going to do a certain particular tribes or clans wedding, depending on how they treated me or how the event turned out to be. Because of I don't know, it was a bad experience. It was a bad experience, but later on I got to understand. I think it was about experience. It was about experience. That was the early days, so I was like inexperienced. I was like, oh, I won't do this again. But later I got to understand them and also meet them at that point that, okay, every clan, every tribe, every individual and his own approach. You can't go to B using the formula that you use for A. It never works.
Does the is the MC allowed to eat during the event?
Hey, this issue, eh?
Because
so,
I remember recently watching, there was something on Instagram or Twitter, there was so much ruckus around it, about a photographer who was not fed and he got angry and left. And there was a whole argument whether he should have been fed, who should have given him food, if he should eat before the event, during the event, after the event, because it seems he's on duty the whole time. So what time does the MC eat?
So for me, I don't eat.
Hey, all the nice food at the wedding.
Yes, I don't eat. I don't eat. So we have experienced vendors like the caterers who will tell you that, MC, your food has been packed for you. So maybe they come to ask you what and what do you want. But those who are not really experienced wouldn't even mind to even come to you and ask whether you'll be interested in any food or that. So the best I do is take in maybe some of the local drinks or maybe some of these soda drinks, and I'll be okay. I'm fine. I make sure I eat before I come, and I'm done. I'm done. I mean, in fact, when we are done, we party till evening. So I don't even come to you and tell you I want food or something. I don't eat. For me, that is me. I don't eat.
Benjamin, when I ask you about what's the modern Ghanaian wedding?
Okay, so a modern Ghanaian wedding is that wedding that you get to see everything in place. So, so from the planner, it starts from the planner.
From the planning.
So,
okay.
Yeah, start from the planner. So if a couple don't chip in a planner, it is not because maybe they don't know what time it is, but it may be because of cost, maybe because of maybe money constraints. So they would love to put away the planner. But if you have a planner, I take it to be one because the planner does everything for you. The planner eases your day. The planner is one person that would contribute to making your day a very good one. And I don't joke with that one. And sometimes too, if you tend to gear off or maybe tweak in a way, sway away from the old plan, the planner comes to you and tells you, no, you're supposed to stick to this, and this is how they want it. And it's one thing that I look at it. And another thing is the modern day wedding. Is a very vast question that if we are to even write thesis on it, we can finish. We can finish. They want to have everything on that day, but I feel that if everything is organized well, I see it to be one of the best. Yes, I look at organization.
Are you able to make money from MCing that sustains you, that sustains a standard lifestyle? Can you make a career?
Yes and no. Yes, yes and no. Yes and no. Okay, so if you are really exposing your clients, that client that you could mention some price, some rates to them, and they don't come back to tell you, can I have a reduction or something? Then that you seems to be at the top. Maybe if you are taking, like say, a week, if you are taking no less than 2,000 Ghana cedis, let's say if you are to get like 2 even programs in a month, you are good to go. You are good to go. But you see, you can't rely or you can't put all your eggs in one basket. You need to have a side hustle. You need to have something that would help you along the way. If you see, this thing is a seasonal job. This MC thing is a seasonal job. We have seasons that you get to have weddings flowing just like that, and there comes a time that in a month you're not even getting one to go and MC. So you need to look at all these things and say that you need to have a side hustle together with that. Yeah.
So you need a side hustle. I want to find out from Catherine if it's the same with event planning. Is the event planning a side hustle? Is it the main hustle? Do you need a side hustle to support it, or it's a whole career on its own?
Well, event planning is the whole career on its own. It's very, very demanding because you are the mediator between the family and then the vendors.
Okay.
The family, the clients. So the family, the clients, one box. You in the middle, and then the vendors also in one box. So every communication passes through you to all these vendors, and it's really time consuming. So yes, event planning is a full-time job for you to be able to pay attention to details. And in a month, you are not planning only one client's wedding. Sometimes it's 2, 3, and you have to make sure you have each and every one's detail well,
Get it right.
perfectly.
Yeah.
You don't mix it up. So with that, you need maximum concentration, and it takes a lot. So yes, you can do event planning as a full-time job.
What happens
Yes.
if you book a caterer and the caterer doesn't show up?
So
There's a joke I've seen
that's where
like
your
that before. They
expertise
called the
comes in.
caterer on the day of the wedding and said, where have you reached? And the caterer is like, not today.
Not today.
Like
I know that.
he has totally
yeah.
forgotten, completely forgot it was on that particular day. What happens?
So that's where your expertise come into play. You have to have about 3 caterers on standby aside the one the client is asking for. So not 3 caterers asking you are paying them, but you should have about 3 who by hook or crook, day or night, they'll
food.
come through for you. And the client does not have to know this because it might ruin their day.
Okay.
And that is not what you want.
Okay.
So you have to stand in and then fix it. Because let's say you are the one who recommended this vendor, and then she's done this. You have to stand in and make sure everything moves on smoothly. The food is there without the client noticing. So you make sure you get the food there, get everybody on board, make sure the event goes according to plan before you tackle this after the event. So yes,
Wow.
you have to, it's a whole emotional, a whole lot of
Yeah. I can
confusion,
imagine
but
dealing with so
it's
many
fun.
different people.
It's fun. It's
Have you ever
fun.
turned
It's
down
fun. It's fun to
a
learn.
client?
Yes.
What would
I've
make you
actually
turn down a
turned down a client. Not everyone is for you. If the client really doesn't fall into your niche,
What do you mean by the niche?
maybe
Explain it
the
to me.
budget. So every business person has a specific niche that they want to satisfy. And it's not everybody who will be able to pay your rates or maybe understand your craft or your value. And for you not to be able to, work on an event, and at the end of the day, you go back home and you are so disappointed in yourself because you have not been appreciated or maybe paid well. I would rather not, handle your event, and then you can find someone else. There are lots of people out there. There are lots of event planners out there who will fit into your budget.
Okay.
But I know what I do. I know my
Like
work.
my
I know my
5,000
value.
budget,
So,
you will
yeah.
not mind me, oh. That's why you turned down my budget. But let me come to Abna. I know you said your clients choose you. That's a very diplomatic answer. But has anyone ever called you and then after talking to them, you say, this client, no?
They would advise themselves.
Oh.
In that, I have my rates.
Okay.
Just as Catherine said, not every client is for you.
Okay.
So you need to know where to place yourself.
Oh.
So I've put myself at point B.
Okay.
You are at point A.
Okay.
So definitely I cannot come back to point A. I've left point A a long time ago.
Okay.
So I have my rates. I can afford
what if
your
I'm
rate.
at point C?
Oh, praise the Lord. Let's move right over. So yes, so if I have my rates. Just as Catherine said, she has her rates as well. So if you come your rates are within that budget, sure, why not?
When a client comes to you and tells you what they want, do you ever advise, or you just, the person comes and say, I want a red, gold, green hat. You're going to do a red, gold, green hat for them. You can say, oh, this red, gold, green hat will not fit you.
I'm a talkative.
Okay.
I'm nosy. So my question would be,
for?
why do you want a red, gold, green hat? So if you explain to me your reason for that color palette, and then I see what you're going to wear. You know, initially I looked at your dress and I was telling you. So imagine if you want a hat, then you want the brown, the blue, the white, that is going to be too much.
Okay, it will be busy.
Very busy, very distracting. So we need to pick either just one, at most 2 colors from the outfits.
Okay.
That is me.
Simple and
sweet. So that we can enjoy every aspect of your whole ensemble. So we can enjoy your headpiece, your dress, your accessories, you know, your bag, your shoe. So that when we look at you as one whole piece. But we don't look at you as water and oil. We need to look at you as being put together
like
nicely.
You said, one element.
Yes.
I've learned something this evening.
Yes.
Interesting. So tell me, how easy is it to be a millionaire in Ghana?
It's not easy. It's not easy. But it's fun.
Okay.
It's not, I mean...
That's the passion you talked about.
Yes,
Have some passion
with every industry, you know, and that is my issue here.
What's been your biggest challenge?
My biggest challenge is the copycatting or the copying. Or the,
I'll just screenshot and take it somewhere else. Do this for me.
Yes. When you come to me, that you've come to Hatbox, I want a piece, and you show me a picture of someone's work, I'll tell you I'm unable to do it. I will refuse to do it. Because I find it difficult to even copy my own work. So when you first speak to me, I'll tell you that, yes, the pieces will be similar, but they won't be exact. Because whenever I'm working, there's a lot that goes into it. How you feel, what you've seen, you know, the mood it all plays a vital role in coming out with that one piece. So I feel if you put a lot of energy, a lot of time, a lot of effort to create something, and somebody just takes it and just copies it, it's very disheartening.
Demoralizing.
Very.
Okay, interesting. That is Abna Boatema. She's talking to me about millinery in Ghana. She has a vast area of experience in the industry. Listening to who she learned from, I advised myself. I was speaking with Catherine Sechi, who's also an event planner. She's refused to take my 5,000 C. 5,000 C for a wedding. I can't do 5,000 C with a wedding. I'm very surprised in this. But, Catherine, tell me, what has been the most difficult thing for you in business?
Okay, so the most difficult thing for me in business, like Abna said, is also copycatting.
Okay.
Someone goes to, so I do decor also, so you go screenshot someone's decor and bring to me, and I want the same thing. The person's style is unique to him or her. That is not Kathy's style. I have my touch. You came to me because of the work I have done, and you have seen and the touches I put into my work. That is why you have come to me. So you go screenshot a picture and then bring to me, and then you tell me, I want the same thing. You know, Ghanaians, I want the same thing phrase.
Yes, exactly.
We seem to enjoy it very much. I want the same thing. You sometimes
will it
offer
even
to
look
change the
nice
two things.
to you? Yeah.
No. They want the same thing. And then I tell them, you know, it's for another vendor. There's a reason why the vendor created this decor this way. Allow me to do mine also. So we should be able to value each vendor's uniqueness. I like the same thing is too much. And then some clients are so hard-headed, they want that or nothing.
Wow.
So that's where the question.
And the original person will
do
see it
you
and be
treat your
insulting
client?
you because you have done it.
Yes, that Crystal Hayes have done the same thing that I did.
Okay.
No.
Right.
So that's where the choosing of the clients come in. So
Okay.
I'll advise you, okay, so if you want the same thing, then I'll advise you to go to the vendor so that the person can replicate their own work
for you. Let me take your closing remarks in 20 seconds, please.
Hello?
Yes, can you hear me?
Hello?
Catherine, can you hear me? Oh.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, yes. I just said, can I have your closing remarks in like 20 seconds?
No.
Oh, my goodness. Hello? Okay, that's a bit unfortunate there on her line. I think we're having issues with the line. But Catherine just summed it up perfectly for us. Her challenges with the industry, copycatting. So stop copycatting, be original, and produce original work. Let me go to Benjamin for his last words, and then we can get out of here. We're running out of time. Benjamin, in 1 minute, please sum it up for me.
All right. So all what I would say is for you to get or go in for just anybody to MC your program, it should not be done. I mean, we shouldn't encourage that because we have professionals who are there to spice up everything that because it's your day. It's a day that you want to remember years to come. So if you are just sticking to maybe my family member can do it, you know, somebody who is just eloquent or somebody who can speak. So you say, let me go in for that person. I think we should desist from that side. And also we should try and
get a professional to do it.
Wedding ceremonies well.
Okay.
Yeah, get a professional person, professional to do it for you, to make it happen for you, because it's your big day. It's your big day. So try and put in much so that you spend that from it. And another challenge that I get to see is the family members. They try to put themselves, because it's the couple's day. I mean, the Mr. and Mrs. It is their day.
Let them
so we should try and leave everything. Yeah, let them have their day. Let them have their way. Then they come in. Oh,
thank you, Benjamin.
Let's close. Let's do this. Let's do that. So thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Benjamin. All right. Let me come to Abuna. Abuna, sum the whole thing up for me. Give me your last remarks.
What I'll say is, whatever you do or whatever you're doing, just keep going. I recently heard something from Martin Luther King that said that if you can't fly, you
And you
run.
recently won an award too.
Yes, I did. I did. My very first. I was very happy about it, yes. That in my own little corner, I'm being recognized for the work that I'm doing. So yes, so whatever you're doing, just keep going. Keep going. And never stop learning. Whatever industry you find yourself in, always learn. There are new trends every single day.
Keep abreast of it.
Yes, you should keep abreast of it. So keep abreast with the times.
Thank you so much, Abuna Boatma, for Creative Director and milliner at Hatbox Co. And to you at home, thank you so much for spending 1 hour of your evening with us. On behalf of the entire production team here at MX24 Television, we are grateful for your time. Have a fantastic weekend. See you again on Monday right here on Spotlight. My name is Nwong Falong. Good evening.